Hey guys, welcome back to We Watched the Movie. Jay, Mike, bringing you Robocop 2014.
So they remake Robocop. Everybody's pissed off about it.
Yeah.
And at first, shot. Everybody's like, this is fucking stupid. You don't need to remake Robocop. Then they said Jose Padilla, and I always fucking say that wrong, but the guy that directed Elite Squad 2. We watched that movie. It's in a Netflix review. Find it in our thing. It's a fucking amazing. Fucking amazing.
I was gonna say it's so good, it's not even, you can't even say amazing. It's amazing.
But no, and I don't know, it may not still be on Netflix, I don't know, but if you get a chance to check that out, check it out. But he's the director of that, and just the direction of that movie alone was what set it off. It was amazing. And I like Joel Kinnaman, he was in The Killing. He's a good actor, he had a little role in Safe House, that was awesome. So you put those two together, he's gonna be Robocop, he's gonna play Alex Murphy, and even though everybody's like, this is shit, it shouldn't happen, I hate the suit, all along, I fought with you. We argued, we did videos, I stood strong in my corner and I was like, it's gonna be fucking great. I championed this movie, I fought for it, I said it's gonna be good, Robocop is a great movie, but it could use an update, technologically. And I
That's
thought
the French word.
Yeah, so we went to see it and I was just like,
yeah, dude, like, you know what? I was sort of apprehensive about this movie all along. You know, when they said Robocop, I was like, all right, they're using something that was from the 80s that everybody loved, a nostalgic feel. They're using the Robocop name to get people's asses in the seats and just and when they said rated PG, I was like, okay, I get what's going to happen now. But then when I went the day of to go see it, I was like, all right, I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to forget about Robocop, the original, and just embrace new things. And I don't want to embrace it anymore. It fucking sucked. It's like Robocop, yes, and we're going to shove a Robocock in your butt.
I'm shocked for the fucking reviews of it though, because I see the reviews, and even though it's like a 56% rotten or whatever, people are like, oh my god, it's actually not that bad. I'm shocked. And I'm thinking, how shitty did you all think this movie was going to be? Because it sucked to me. It was such a disappointment to me.
Well,
and
right
it
now,
wasn't like terrible.
No,
like it wasn't like laughably bad at any point.
Robocop 3 is like that. But
Yeah.
Yeah, this one, you know what? I don't know what it was. I don't know. You know, I like Joel Kinnaman. Joel Kinnaman's a decent actor. The problem with him is maybe he was just miscast as Robocop. He is Peter Weller as the original Robocop. Right now, the way I look at it, Kinnaman couldn't hold his Robo jockstrap right now. I mean, it just because you know what the thing is,
As an overall actor, yeah.
Yeah, because Peter Weller is the guy that brought Robocop. He brought like a charisma to it. He brought like an electric, like you could like focus in on the screen and see him on screen. You're like, I'm totally into this character. Joel Kinnaman, just in this, he is about as charismatic as a Fruit Roll package.
Well,
you're like, I don't care that you have an LED red light across your black face.
Yeah, but
not
if you
black
think
face,
about it,
but you know.
fruit roll-ups are like one of the most charismatic fruits. I mean, they have shapes inside.
But
really bad
you know, I
analogy.
wonder, are they really fruit?
Step your game up.
Are they fruit or gum?
Gum?
They're gummy, but they're really
If
made
you
with
slapped
fruit.
them on a vajayjay, they'd be edible underwear.
I don't want to do that. But yeah, I'm just saying, Joel
Wouldn't be a
Kinnaman.
bad day,
you know what?
I've had worse days. Ow.
It got dark and scary. The problem with it was when they made it all black, and I know people don't care, but it was a leftover from Christopher Nolan's Batman Begins. Before he did that, it was like a sketch design that they used. It really does, to me, look like it. It just looks like a Batman suit, and when he takes off his helmet, like in Peter Weller's the original Robocop, it looks like the makeup effects, it's sad. In 87 looked better in 87 than it did in this movie. When he takes off his helmet, he looks like fucking Robert Downey Jr. in the Iron Man suit. It's just like a goalie with the fucking hood up. He's like, I'm Robocop. Okay?
I think he looks more like Venom as it's starting to take over.
Well, yeah, but it's just like, you know, he's got the outline of his face, but in the 87 original Robocop, you see like the skin stretched over.
In that one, it looked like a mechanical hand was holding the face on, and it was badass.
Yeah, because it just looked like a piece of flesh strapped over like the cybernetic unit, and that actually was like, oh, okay, he's part man, part machine. In this one, it was like he's more like just a man in a robot suit.
Yeah, there was little short scenes of badassness to it.
Yeah,
like, there's little quick cuts of badassness where you're like, okay, here we go, and it never really just lands. Like there's shots where he's like riding on the motorcycle for the first time, and you're like, that looks fucking good.
Yeah.
That looks awesome. But it just never gets the action scenes when they happen. What you need in a movie like this, when you're going to update it and you're going to technologically update the things and make it look bad, you need badass action scenes that you couldn't get from the first one.
Yeah, you want something that when you walk out of the theater, like, oh my god, you remember what fucking happened?
Yeah, and the first one you could be really into the story, you could be really into all this.
You remember when that guy fucking melted? I was like, ugh.
In this one, you think, okay, you're going to see a lot more of Robocop in action, moving more freely. It's going to look better because of the advances in technology, and it's going to look cooler. You never got that, and that's partly because of the PG-13 rating. Because instead, they had to go PG-13 with it. So instead of having these graphic action shots of badass coolness, the only really cool action shot was when he was like in training, and like they would go to this infrared vision where all the really dirty parts, like where he like really fuck somebody up and be in infrared vision, and it just doesn't look that cool. I mean, it's like what I didn't want to see. I want to see Robocop fucking shit up, and I felt like I never saw that in like an hour and a half, 2 hour running time. I never got to see Robocop fuck shit up.
He fought ED-209s when he fought like 4 of them near the end. That was all right. I didn't actually mind the ED-209 or 208, I think they call them in the movie. The updated like CGI, they worked it pretty well. But it was just, I don't know, it was just Joel Kinnaman in that suit was not intimidating. You know, when you saw Peter Weller in the original Robocop suit, this big, bulky fucking guy walking to you, and you're like, I am gonna do whatever you say. If you tell me to put my finger in my butt, I'm gonna do it. But that's just the way it is. Joel Kinnaman just looked like, I will arrest you. The thing is, overall, it just felt like a squeaky butt fucking baby clean Lego set. You know, it was like the PG-13 didn't help it, but it just felt so clean, so like Hollywoodized. And they added the actors in, they threw those in like Michael Keaton, Samuel L. Jackson, aka Lawrence Fishburne. I know he's gonna get pissed if he's on. I was a little bit let down that Michael Keaton wasn't more of a like a presence villain on screen. He literally was as threatening as Mr. Mom.
It was too real. It was too
but
real.
he was just like, I don't give a shit that he's a man in a robot suit. Make money, okay?
Right, it's like, let's make it black.
He's like, let's make golf. It's just like, he just came off as like a douche, like, and not like an evil genius kind of guy. Like in the OCP, you would think like the CEO OCP doesn't give a fuck about you. He's gonna do anything to make the bottom dollar. But this guy just came off as like a tennis player. Like I do this in my part time.
Yeah,
you know,
he wasn't nearly
like,
maniacal enough at all.
You know what? Overall, I'd say it was phoning in. Like, he was phoning in the villain.
But I don't even know if it was the actor's fault though. I think that they just didn't get enough time to like. Nobody really got to bite the scenery in this movie at all.
You know what pisses me off? Like you would replace the character that Clarence Boddicker in the original one, who's scary and this freaking like unpredictable guy,
with the bad guy from Hackers.
Yeah, I was like, that's a good idea. It was almost like Jose Padilla. I was like, what's a minute? I like it.
Too many bad guys, no one overbearing. That's your number one bad guy.
Well, that's why
I didn't give a fuck about any of the bad guys.
Well, with RoboCop, man,
Any of the bad guys.
Any of it's over. I love the RoboCop, the original, because it really did have a great hero in RoboCop, and it was able to tell the story in a comic booky way, but it had a seriousness, satire about it too. And then they had a really fucking badass villain that was the opposite of him, and it was just unpredictable and crazy. And now in this one, you have like a RoboCop that's like, I don't want to be a robot, you know, and just a whiner. He's just a whiny, and I understand he's a robot now, and he has to adjust to that, but he just seems whiny. And then you got Michael Keaton as his opposite. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Except for one point at the end was really cool.
That was great.
It was a really cool, perfect Samuel L. Jackson moment like that.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, that was awesome. But other than that, it was like Bill O'Reilly. Like
that's exactly what they were
walking around like this war room, like
the situation room.
You guys are fucked up, and that was kind of where the satire was supposed to come from, and he just didn't feel it.
But you know what?
It wasn't dark enough. It wasn't like it just wasn't
don't
there.
you think that whole satire that was too obvious?
Yeah.
It was like America's stupid. I mean, it was like, well, okay, well, we know that, but you're supposed to be a little more subtle about it. It's supposed to be a little bit more poetic.
It's like, stop whining.
It should have been just got like, America's fucking dumb.
Yeah, and the thing about Joel Kinnaman is I love him as an actor. I think he's got a huge career ahead of him. But dude, you gotta let go of the ghetto accent.
Oh God, dude.
He's always just kind of like that high
doing.
school kid that's like grew up on the wrong side of the block. Like, why are you talking to me like that?
Dude,
and I'm trying to fight you on it. I'm trying to fight you so hard on it. The first 20 minutes.
You're like, he's Swedish.
I was doing anything. I was doing anything I could. I was doing fucking anything I could. Like Jay was bashing the movie from the first. He was like, "Why is he gotta be so fucking ghetto?" I was like, "Dude, he's Swedish. That's just how he talks."
He sounded ghetto when you said it. You're like, he's Swedish, dog.
I didn't want to admit it.
He's like,
I didn't want to admit it.
He's like the Swedish Eminem. But I don't get it though. But I was like, it's nothing to do with his.
You can
fucking,
see it in the trailer.
No,
He's like, he tries to give the boy his mom a kiss. He's, ooh, too slow, boy.
He's like, I was waiting on him literally to go up there and kiss his wife. Like, girl, you smell good. But he's like, I was like, well, I understand it's Detroit and it's kind of got that like urban feel. But dude, come the fuck.
And his partner was just
God.
like, where'd you get that guy from the fucking Wu-Tang Clan?
I know.
He was just like it's not a racist thing at all. I swear to God, it's not. It's like, what about Sarge in the first one? The perfect angry sergeant. Like he was awesome. But instead, you made the sergeant a woman who's just annoying.
Well, you made Lewis a black man.
And you made Lewis a black man, which would be fine, but the guy was fucking terrible. He was like that little guy in Don't Be a Menace to South Central watching Introduced in the Hood that had no legs. And he was like, hey, give me.
I have no legs.
Yeah, he was like, dog, why are you trying to do this to me for?
But yeah, I got your back, dog.
I know.
As he's RoboCop, and RoboCop's like, well, let's do this. I'm like, I was like, the fucking RoboCop. Let's do this, dog. I'm gonna put this robo dick in somebody's ass. It's like
you're about to see my erection selection. Sorry.
Wait, I don't know who the fuck. You know what, Jose Padilla? I think he's from Brazil or something like that. Maybe he's like sees American movies. He's like, you got to be this way. You have to be this way. That's the only way to be. Do it now. He probably has.
Hip Hop Anonymous. I make RoboCop fucking boring, and still at the same time, at the end of the day, it never really says anything at all. For me, that makes it a 4.5. It's below average.
This movie, he had to work within a context, work within a studio budget. They were coming down the line and saying, you got to make it like this, you got to make it like this. It's got to be appealing to tweens or some shit like that. And that's the only way we're going to be able to make this marketable and successful. That's fucking dumb. The male piece of the movie wants to be emotion. I get it, but it's done so horribly and it's done so long with the whole family kid thing.
Oh, it's done so long, man. I get that so long.
Long time. I didn't give a fuck about any of these characters.
What do you rate it?
5.0. It's an average movie.
You gave it a higher rating than I did.
Well, about
and I
5.
fucking expected this to be great.
I know. I give it a 5.0. Literally, if it comes to Netflix, watch it. I wouldn't buy it.
What's the most
I'll
disappointing?
buy that for $1.
And they even try to throw that in.
I know, it's so stupid.
What's the most disappointing remake you guys have ever seen?
Ooh. RoboCop's kind of up there.
It is, but I still think you got to go with H2, even though it's technically not a
Oh god,
remake.
dude, that's like
God,
makes my
damn
balls
it,
hurt.
It hurts. It was so shitty. I thought that movie was good after I watched it the first time.
Fuck you, a long time. Was it? Is H2 technically a remake though? Because it was the Halloween 1 was a
No,
remake.
but I'm still gonna give it to that one because it's the shittiest movie of all time.
I can't think of a remake.
Michael Jackson with a beard in the middle of the woods.
Why is it Michael Jackson,
Eating
though?
dogs.
Was he moonwalking?
I meant to say Michael Myers. I'm Mike. He's Jay. We'll see you guys next time when we watch the movie.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie.